It's all coming along. Look at this.
A couple weeks away.
All we need is the music and the dance floor. Dude, it's so crazy because you can't tell how big it is under here.
No, right?
Yeah, then you come in and you're like,
what?
yeah.
What? And that's what we want.
Yeah.
Are you gonna come in your age?
Yeah, I'm always down. You give me the invite. I think you already did.
Invite?
Invite.
Right there.
Invite.
That is the invite. Gordie Gronkowski is gonna
First one, my first ever DJ set will be right here. All right? Broadway Golf. Here we go.
Let's do it. Now, let's play a little golf.
Here we go. Let's play some golf.
And then record a podcast.
All right, I gotta do a quick stretch.
All right, stretch it out. Grab a club. You need a club to stretch?
No, I'm good there. All right, here we go.
Grab a club. All right. Hey, welcome to the Daily Picard Show. Gordie Gronkowski in the house here at Broadway Golf Club. Myron Davis is also here as well.
Let's go. 3 Bs.
3 Bs. We are going to do closest to the pin on the TrackMan IO, and we have picked PGA National to make you feel like you're in Florida. That's what we wanted. What do we got? A $143, I think, from the White Tees, random. And I'm going to go first.
All right.
All right.
Danny's up first. Let's see what club he takes. He probably needs a 7-iron.
That's exactly what I'm going to use. How did you know? I don't know if he's knocking me with that, but hey. Now this water right here, this water just means that I'm probably going to go in it. That's what's happening.
Is this a good idea to bring your blender to the golf course?
Is somebody blending out there? Oh, you're blending. Yeah.
People like mixed beverages before they get on the course.
All right, here we go. Let's see what we got. $137 to the front of the green. That is way left. That is not going on the green. Where did that go? Where did that go? To the left of the green. You're going to use a 7 as well?
Oh, I was joking. Go to the water. That's what you really needed. A light 9 or a pitching one. What is it, $149?
$140. Actually, no, it says 137. Actually. And
keep my head down. See, I need to know. Here's the problem already. Look how short these clubs are.
Sorry, we didn't get the chunk.
My third leg's bigger than this. Maybe I should swing that thing around. Oh, that was a good one.
I apologize for some noise in the background.
All right, you ready?
Some minor construction going on back there. You can hear that.
That would have been perfect, actually.
That would have been good. Unfortunately, he didn't hit the ball and he was going the wrong way.
Not golfing in 3 years. Let's see if I can beat him.
I hope. I didn't even get it on the green.
Well, I just can't. I just don't have to go in the water. I'm good. See, look at it. See how professional golfers do? Okay, line it up first. All right. Is there any wind?
The air conditioner slightly on.
Yeah, AC slightly on. A little breeze. Left to right, as you can see, it's going a little bit to the right, the flag. Now it's time to drain this baby. Just act like there's no water there. Oh, that one felt better, but it might have went right.
Still in the water.
Oh.
Splash! All right, let's go, Myron. What do you got?
Nothing.
Dude,
Dang, I think
I hit all grass, all right? So it's okay because you can't tell because there's no divot because we're here inside. So it's a good thing.
I use a driver.
I didn't ruin
Drive.
someone's course today.
Do you want to use a driver?
Yeah, I use a driver.
You can use a driver.
It's even better that it went in the water. It's actually perfect.
No,
You gotta stay high.
Now I gotta watch out. You know the good thing about this is?
What?
It didn't go in the water.
All right, and
You're right.
right?
Pin high. Pin high with a driver 149 yards out. That's impressive. He's in better position than I am, and I used the right club.
Anyone's in a better position.
All right, so nobody got it on the green. Do we take one more attempt? Do we do one more attempt to see if we can get it on the green?
That's up to you.
Let's do one more attempt.
All right, one more attempt.
One more time, real quick. Then we'll jump on the podcast. I gotta talk to you about this World Series last night, you know? I gotta talk to you about a lot of things. Let's go, here we go. 137, PGA National. That is...
How often do you play?
I played at Granite Links yesterday, and I
Did you
played
really?
so bad that I didn't even calculate my score.
All right.
We can't win. Apparently, we can't win.
I'm going with a 9-iron.
That's what I should have went
Switching it
with.
up.
Should have went with the 9.
Just a nice light swing. Just a nice light swing should do it. Is the ball in the zone?
Yeah, get it.
I'm gonna redeem myself. It's like my baseball swing. See how I adjusted the feet there? This one should go right on now.
Oh, baby.
You left him.
Oh, baby.
Splash.
Splash.
I'm on the other fairway.
All right, 9. You want one more?
I've actually gotten
Try
worse.
9. There you
I've
go.
gotten worse. Is that possible? This is gonna be good. You should just use the driver again, pin high.
That's water. Well,
There's water. Well, clearly, Brock, you need to come in.
Clearly, I need to come in and
That's
start
why I'll be in
practicing.
here. All right, we're gonna jump right on here. Seamless transition. That's how we do
Oh
it.
my gosh. Too funny.
Oh, I'm in the right spot. You let me know.
yeah.
I think we're good. Mic check 1, 2. We are rolling. Do a little reset for the people who are just listening on Spotify and Apple. Go to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Danny Picard, to watch myself and Gordie Gronkowski play a closest to the pin challenge at PGA National on the TrackMan here at Broadway Golf Club in South Boston. We open in a couple weeks. I already have invited you to
I can't wait. This is going to be
party in the
incredible.
lounge after you golf.
Yeah,
after
this
you
is going to
work
be
on your golf game.
absolutely an insane opening day party. I can't be more honored that you invited one of the best party rockers in Boston to be there, and to bring great energy and great dance moves.
What what am I supposed to do? Not invite you with the energy that I see on Instagram? And you're crushing it right now.
Hey, what is it? Thursday, 11 a.m. We're both crushing it right now. I mean, we weren't crushing it in the golf game, but hey, it's a good reason to get over here every day and start practicing before I go down to Florida.
Yeah.
And start, golfing again.
Do you golf a lot?
No, I haven't golfed in a while. Unfortunately, once in the last 3 years. It probably explains a little bit of it, but I'm somewhat athletic. I should have done a lot better than that.
You are. Now, the Gronkowski name is known for football, but you're a baseball guy.
Yeah, never played football in my life. Been baseball almost my whole career and life, and I just really enjoy wiffle ball now.
Love wiffle ball. I absolutely love wiffle ball. We grew up obsessed with wiffle ball here in
Wiffle ball and
Southie.
pickleball.
Yeah, so, and you're a pickleball guy now,
And I'm
too.
a big indoor golfer now.
No, see, wait a minute. The first time I talked to you, though, let's be fully transparent to the audience. I did try to get you to get involved in this.
I did. You're right.
I did.
I was actually telling Myron that on the way here.
And you're in pickleball, which
Yeah.
is still a booming industry, right?
Yeah, my evaluation has went up over 3 to 4 times since I got involved just
Love it.
less than a year and a half ago. We also opened up a lot of healthy on-the-go restaurants in Tampa with all the brothers called Green Lane. So we now have 3 locations. All salads and healthy wraps are under $10, and it's only drive-through. You can't go inside. So the concept is absolutely blowing up. So we've actually done a lot, since I was talking with you in the last year and a half.
I was going to ask you about that because I see the Instagram videos.
Yeah.
Like you guys work in
Where
the
we're
drive-through.
working the drive-through.
You're working the drive-through. Are you going to expand? At
Oh
all?
yeah, absolutely. Yep. So
you have
we're going
plans
to try
to
to
come to
open
the
4 to
Northeast?
6 a year, all through Florida right now. Next spots, Orlando, Naples, and Clearwater. But right now in St. Pete and Tampa, it's just crushing, and we're super healthy to be able to give back, or super fortunate to be able to give a healthy option back to the community down there, and they really appreciate it. It's super fitness oriented down in Florida. And I think this was an amazing concept that we brought to them that they've been waiting for.
Yeah, well, you don't have to hide the gut for 6 months like you do. You know, like you can hide it around here in Florida. It's, you know, nice weather all year round. Are you going to expand to the Northeast?
That I don't know. I mean, I don't know if that's really in the plans yet.
Yeah.
I think you got to win where you're winning now and continue to win there, right? And then we'll see how it goes after that.
Definitely. The only reason I ask is because, you know, we're this, you never know. We get some food options. With
Yeah,
it, and
I mean,
maybe there's something there. Maybe.
I mean,
you know,
I would love to have one right here around the corner every single day.
Yeah.
The problem is, you know, it's very expensive rent here, and it's got to make sense. Numbers have to make sense too, especially when we're giving
it is expensive.
a luxury product at an affordable price.
Yeah. I'm noticing something as we're recording. So we just played golf and we're sitting down to record the podcast. Paul, can you hand me the this Epson remote right here? I have to turn down the noises from the golf course. I hear the birds chirping, and you know,
Hey,
not
you're
something.
just trying to make it like you know we're in Florida on the course.
You know,
right?
not ideal, right? As we're recording a podcast, to have birds chirping in my ear. So there we go.
What course did we just play by? the way?
PGA National in Florida.
All right, so we're very fortunate that we're actually not there because their course would already be ruined after hole one.
Because of the divots,
all the divots
that you put in the tee
Yeah.
box.
I'd probably jump in the water. We would have been kicked out. Have you ever jumped in the pond like when you
I
were a
have
kid
not.
and
At a
people
golf
are
course?
golfing
I
and
have not.
you're pulling out all the balls? Oh, you haven't, and you're rinsing them and you're
That was
selling
you?
them, just hustling all day. Us and the brothers all day long.
You guys used to jump in, pull the
Yeah.
balls, and then walk around and sell them to
Yeah,
people.
Glen
And you
Oak
make
Golf
good money.
Course, right? Yeah,
Okay,
unbelievable.
that's where it began.
That's where it began, right across the street from our Little League baseball field. So as kids, we were bored. We'd go, we'd sneak in the woods, wouldn't tell mom where we're going. We'd jump on the 13th hole, par 3. Everyone hits it right in the water. It's all water and just green. And then we'd jump in the water, pull all the balls out, we'd clean them. We'd be selling them for 20 Pro V1s, these dope golf balls. You know what I mean?
That's unbelievable.
And then, you know, every once in a while, the ranger would come around or the cart person who works there, and they'd just go nuts. They'd try taking all your balls to give the money back. And we just, as kids, you just run.
They try to get you to give the money
sometimes
back?
you just leave them on the ground, you just run. But all the people playing golf, it was pretty
that's-
cool because they were all happy they didn't have to spend all this money to get Pro V1s.
Yeah, now they get clean Pro V1s
Yeah.
from the Gronkowski brothers. Not knowing what you guys would become later on in life is complete
The rush you got
business
as a
moguls.
kid getting golf balls was cool. I don't know.
Yeah, so you got a
fun.
lot going on, as we said. Congrats on all your success, and Gronk
you.
Fitness, too. We can't ignore that.
Yeah,
I mean,
Gronk Fitness is our baby. You know, Papa Gronk started it 35 years ago. From design to delivery, we are literally decking out gyms all over the nation. We're very fortunate. We're one of the top 3 largest fitness companies in the U.S. right now. Probably seen a lot of the designs that I've been posting on my social. But we're just helping people live a better life through health and fitness, whether it's through our new concept of $10 wraps at Green Lane in Florida or through decking out high schools, multifamily, Boston police, fire stations, you know, throughout the whole Northeast.
You mentioned wiffle ball, and the first thing that came to my mind was a wiffle ball tournament. Because we used to run wiffle ball tournaments, and they used to be
You're talking
major
my
events.
language right now.
So I thought maybe there's a wiffle ball tournament that we could create and bring wiffle ball. I think we should bring wiffle ball back. I don't know that the kids play. I don't see it in the street as much. We used to play here in Southie right in the street, hitting off people's windows. And nobody plays. I couldn't tell you the last time I saw a kid in the street playing wiffle ball.
Yeah, I don't know how we have to somehow figure out how to make like a wiffle ball stadium.
I have
know?
the perfect one for you.
Like, have you seen the ones in Vermont? They do like they do all that like fundraising for the Travis Roy Foundation.
Yeah,
where
at
it's
Mini Fenway.
Yeah, Mini Fenway. Then you got the Wrigley, and then you got Field of Dreams. So it's 3 of them. I've actually went up there and did a fundraiser. Absolutely immaculate wiffle ball fields, and it's so exciting. And there's so many people that go up there. But how do we bring that here? Is what I really want to do. I just don't know, like, you know, the rent or how to get the
I know
space to do
exactly.
it.
So there used to be a tournament in Braintree. Pat O'Sullivan, shout out to O'Sul. They used to have it at the Duff. And it was a T-ball field in Braintree next to all the Little League fields in that outdoor complex they have there. And we used to get 16 teams of 4, run the bases, and you would throw it to the mound and call them out, except when you're going home, you had to get tagged out at home. You would have a line after every base, so if you passed the line, you had to go to the next base.
Yeah.
And so what you really would do is, you know, if you're on first and there's a ball hit to the outfield, you're running home, because once you round third, you can't get called out at the pitcher's mound at home. You got to get tagged out. And that's a tough throw with the wiffle ball to get in. So it made for a very intense game. And it was 2-game elimination. It was a 2-day tournament. And I've been trying to get him to restart this wiffle. He hasn't done it probably in like 10 years.
I would like
but
to
it is a
understand
perfect place we could do that.
And I would like to add pickleball to that if possible. A couple courts. I don't know if he has the room for that. And then
There's a parking lot.
Have you seen hobby horsing?
No, what's that? What is it?
Where they have the dummy horse, kind of like as a kid, they almost like a broomstick.
Yeah.
And then you just practice.
And you race?
Like you're a real horse, but you're not. It's the new thing overseas.
It's the new thing overseas. I have not seen this.
Dude, we can start something new. There's 3 new ideas that I just brought to you, so maybe we can have a discussion.
Then
I'm
gonna top the hobby horse with something right now.
Wiffle ball, pickleball, and hobby horsing all in one.
We are in the Shark Tank. Mark Cuban, what's up?
Hey, he did invest in us when we were on Shark Tank.
He did, and I was going to throw that out earlier.
Boom, thank you.
I did, but because of that, because you mentioned the hobby horse, there's something that I saw on Instagram, and I shared it on a story. Jokingly, I was like, "Oh, we're turning Broadway Golf Club into this. Sorry, guys." And it was a simulator screen with a projector, and it was long. Imagine you took these sidewalls out, and they do this in Japan. And on the screen, they have a panda, and it runs, and you race the panda. And I go, that is the greatest thing I've ever seen. And I would love to open something like that. Can you imagine people coming in, having a couple drinks, and racing a panda?
Yes, we need to. Yeah. All right, so
that's the thing.
Let's
that's
write
what
it
we
all
have
down.
to do. We have to
what
bring
we
that
add
to Southie.
all 4 of those in one concept?
Hobby horse, race a panda, indoor wiffle ball, and what was the other one? And pickleball. You want to combine pickleball?
Yeah.
All right, we can combine pickleball. Maybe we'll throw in a golf simulator too. But I got off track. You're a baseball guy, even though the family is
This is better anyways when
football
we're off
family.
track.
Yeah, it always ends up like that.
Yeah,
but
it's so much better.
My job is to try to bring it back on track. I know we'll fall off track again, but I'm trying to bring it back. Did you watch the World Series at all? Last night.
So, to be honest, no.
No, you didn't.
I didn't see it. I was playing pickleball at Lifetime Fitness.
Okay, you were playing pickleball at Lifetime. This kid and his pickleball. Well, while you were playing pickleball,
Yeah.
I was watching the World Series. The Dodgers won the World Series last night, so we're recording on Thursday.
did see the last out.
That was Wednesday. Freddie
Does that
Freeman,
count?
MVP. Garrett Cole,
Good.
5th inning blunder, didn't want to cover first base, and ended up the Yankees blew a
Oh, that's what happened?
5-0
runs?
lead. There were 2 outs in the 5th. There was a ground ball to the first baseman. Garrett Cole didn't cover first. First
Stop.
baseman didn't win the race. That would have been the 3rd out. Yankees were up 5-0. Inning would have been over. Instead, Dodgers tied the game. They might have even taken the lead in that inning.
Saw there was
They
5
came back.
that inning, 5-5.
Yeah. And then
I
they
had
ended
no
up winning.
idea. So this is all new news to me.
Yeah,
That's
so it's news.
absolutely
That's
insane.
breaking news. Here's your Sports Center minute from your Sports Center.
Garrett
anchor
Cole's
right
probably
here.
regretting that one.
Yeah. Your baseball career, though, I kind of wanted to touch base because I was looking at your numbers. You played for Worcester?
I did, yeah, for a little bit.
What team was in Worcester?
Worcester Tornadoes. So here's the situation with that. The reason that happened was Big Rob got drafted by the Patriots. So
and that's why they brought.
So I asked for a trade when I was at that
you
time
asked
in
for
my
the trade.
career. I hurt my back again. The Angels, released me, and I had an opportunity to continue to play professional baseball, but on an independent level. And Worcester had a team, so I was like, "Will you guys just trade me to the Worcester Tornadoes?" Didn't realize that it's like a college stadium and not many fans come, but Rob and I literally drove to Boston together for the first time ever. Him in one car, me in the other, all the way from Buffalo, New York to Boston, because my season was about, spring training was starting and he was getting ready for the NFL season because he was just drafted.
Yeah.
The stuff we did in the cars while driving by was some of the funniest things of my entire life. Like, we would do this right here. We would drive by.
Dude's taking his shirt off. What
No,
are
we're
we
not
at, 20
taking-
minutes? 20 minutes
We
was
go
the
like this. So
over-under
we're
on Ron
driving
taking
home.
his shirt off. And
We're holding the steering wheel like this, and everything's good. But we're going like this to the cars and the girls next to us. And like, oh my God, how's this kid? Like, you know what I mean? And then like,
he's got no arms.
Yeah, we'd have like one shirt out one shoe out the window. I had, at one point, I took both my shoes off and I had them on my hands. So I was going like this driving. And we were going by all these, like, anytime we saw like a college group of girls or like some fun people, we would just do something like really funny. And people were like, just kept driving by us to see what we would do next.
Oh, I bet.
So for about an hour straight on the highway, some of the funniest things I ever did, probably one of the best trips of my life. Him in one car, me in the other, because we both needed our vehicles. He needed it, obviously, for football, and I needed it because I was living in Worcester. So it was one of the best, like, couple months of my life, you know, when we both moved out here together.
It's funny that out of all the things you could remember from that moment, when you guys come to Boston or Worcester, and, you know, it's 40 minutes away, right? Out of all the things you could remember, that's the thing that jumps into your mind. What you were doing.
Yeah,
on
I
the
don't know.
ride
It's just
there
about,
to
it was
mess
just
with
funny.
people on the
And
highway.
we were making other people laugh and smile. It was cool.
That's unbelievable. So you played for Worcester. I didn't put those pieces together. Obviously, I knew Gronk played for the Patriots.
Most people wouldn't.
I did not. Okay, so you were drafted by the Angels initially.
Correct.
Because I was looking, man. I mean, what jumped out to me was your OPS in the minors was like 1,000. You had 1,000 OPS for a couple seasons.
Yeah, I mean, the problem was I blew my back out when I was 20 as freshman player of the year, and you know, it's part of life. You know what I mean? A lot of people go through different injuries, and it made me better for who I am as a person. Realize, you know what, I better make sure I'm, get a good education now, and I'm not going to get drafted where I thought I might have been after my freshman year. So, it's just part of the journey. And overcoming obstacles. And yeah, I didn't get to the MLB, but you know what? I got very far for what most people thought and to where they thought I would get, from having no scholarships and trying to play for 45 different schools to walking on to being freshman player of the year to being named team captain my senior year from my fellow teammates was probably one of the biggest rewarding moments of my life. So it was cool. And then I got drafted with Dan Murphy, who just retired 2 years ago. He was on the Mets. At one point, he hit 8 home runs in the World Series, and they still lost, or 8 consecutive games in the playoffs, and they still lost in the World Series, which sucks. But yeah, it's just cool to meet all the people I did and the journey to where it took me. It was just fun. It's a fun ride. But yeah, you got to stay healthy too. It's so hard.
Yeah,
especially when you have back injuries. It's so hard, and you play 171 games and 180 days in minor league baseball, and being 6'7" on a bus is
traveling on a bus. Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
It's a grind. By the way, producer Paul Price, shout out. We don't have the camera on him today, but we'll let people know that's the ghost speaking in the background.
Love
if they
it.
hear something. We did say to each other before you came in. I go, I think Gronk might show up in a Halloween costume today because it is Halloween, and you did.
I didn't even realize. Think of it. Oh, I did. This is my Halloween costume.
You're a Gronk Fitness employee.
Gronk Fitness model.
Gronk
Or
Fitness
employee.
model. Halloween costume. Was there one that you ever had that was your favorite and that sticks out to you that you remember?
I think it was when my brothers were at the University of Arizona, Chris and Rob, and I was there in the off season playing with the Angels because our spring training was in Phoenix. So I had a little bit of a break. I went and pretty much lived with them, which I probably shouldn't have because I was having way too much fun. But yeah, I had they got me a thong with handcuffs right here in the front. So that was my Halloween costume one year. Pretty entertaining. That is very interesting for sure.
That's something.
Yeah.
That is something. That's for sure. You tops mine. I was the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, for like 10 straight years, but handcuffs with a thong hanging from the junk. Not exactly.
Yeah, you asked for my best costume. That might have been it. Yeah.
That's it. Are you dressing up tonight for Halloween? You got any plans?
I don't even know.
No,
I didn't think of it. I got to be honest.
No,
I don't even know what day it is at this age
with you.
anymore.
Well, I got an email today from someone I was supposed to have a call with later, and they're like, "Oh, I can't do it." Halloween, taking the kids. But the way they explained it, it was almost like I was supposed to go, "Oh, Halloween. Oh, okay." Like somebody said to me earlier, "Happy Halloween." I'm like, I don't say Happy Halloween to people. This is the first time I've heard that. So maybe I just figured I'd ask. Maybe I was the one that was.
Hey, you never know. Things change quickly. I might have an outfit on later, and I might be out.
I know we're gonna.
Now that I know it's Halloween,
we're gonna see on Instagram. Gronk is gonna be in his spandex with the handcuffs, and
I got to go find it. I wish I had that outfit.
I'm sure you could find something like that somewhere.
Well, I did. I just put something on social with something like that recently. So.
Awesome. So yeah, no, I was looking at your baseball stats, and the OPS jumped off to me,
insane.
and Worcester jumped off to me, and I'm like, oh, I got to ask.
When I was healthy, they're absolutely insane. But it had nothing to do with the Angels. I love their organization, their team still. It's just staying healthy. That was it. But when I played great.
You think if the back injury was the thing, if you didn't have that back surgery, then you think?
Yeah, you just never know. Obviously,
you're not here right now.
My first back surgery, I felt it the rest of my life. I felt limited a little bit, for sure. Never had that flexibility that I've had when I was 19, 20.
Yeah.
But what are you gonna do? It's part of life, and still got to do amazing things.
I mean,
still made a run at it, so that was
you
pretty
did,
cool.
you did, and you should be proud of yourself for doing that. Because
But
again,
these
some of
guys
those numbers
now,
are pretty
I don't
good.
know. These guys now are throwing. Every guy's throwing 96 miles an hour. Like there was only one guy on my team doing that at the time when we won it all in the minor
Yeah.
leagues. Like Jordan Walden was throwing 99 to 101, but like now it's like every guy. I feel like it's crazy.
Then the game's changed, the pitch clock. You know,
Yeah.
there's a lot of rules
Yeah,
change. Do
it's
you
a
like
lot of
that?
rule changes? Yeah, it just depends. I do like speeding the game up. The games are so long, and when you're playing that many, it's so crazy. Like as a player, it's a lot, and you want to be into the game, and by staying in the game is keeping the game going quicker.
Yeah.
Especially when some pitchers are just so slow to get to the plate, and you're like, bro, like.
Let's
Pick
move
up
it.
the tempo, like you know what I mean. Like we want to play, we don't want to stand here and watch you just like meditate on the mound for 35 seconds before you throw a pitch.
Yeah.
So I kind of personally like it. I know there's pros and cons, obviously, with stealing bases and only being able to throw over twice, but change is going to cause and affect other things. So
Paul, did you tell me before we came on that you guys know the Yankee fan who grabbed Mookie Betts'
yeah,
glove?
Austin and JP. Yeah, they both went to the University of Arizona. They were Ice Cats. They're hockey players. Yes, I partied with both of them. They're maniacs. I'll just put it that way. We're cordial. The Ice Cats hockey team, all the players are nuts in a funny way.
Wait, Ice Cats. What are the where are the Ice
Arizona
Cats?
hockey. They have a hockey team.
Arizona Ice
yeah.
Cats.
Yeah. So they played hockey for U of
So-
A, where Chris and Rob went to school.
Oh, okay.
So where Chris and Rob went to
Wow.
school at University of Arizona, Austin,
And they're from New York.
and JP went there. Yeah, they're from the East Coast. So
Being from Southie, we can relate because people pop up on the news every once in a while, and it's not for good things.
yeah. Well, I noticed him. I'm like, dude, he's not as like lean as he used to. You know how these hockey players are. Plus, we're 15, 20 years older now. So we've hung out a couple times after like at U of A, but not in the last few years. But it's kind of funny. That didn't shock me one bit that it was them two. I'm not going to lie. That was Austin and JP.
I mean, how do you feel as a ball player? Did you text him and be like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah, but they're in the moment. They're probably tipsy, and that was them. That's when you think of those guys. That's exactly what I expect them to do.
That's how I feel too.
Yeah.
I think people pregame now. It's expensive to even drink there, so everybody pregames.
Yeah, but-
you go in a little too hot.
No.
Things can happen.
But they're going to do it if they're too hot or
Tipsy.
not.
We've all been tipsy at a baseball game. I don't know if we're trying to prevent balls from being caught in the game at the World Series.
Yeah.
But anyways, they're
Well,
getting a lot of
I don't know.
publicity
They
right
didn't
now.
rip his arm off. I think they were just having fun with it, but at the same time holding his glove down and just trying to, But you don't really know. I don't know how Mookie's arm really did feel. You know what I mean? You have to ask him.
I mean, it was so quick.
It was so wild. When you slow it down, though, it's like crazy that
When
they
you
were
slow
able
it
to open
down.
his glove and pop the ball out. That was actually pretty nuts.
Well, I think it's the second
impressive.
guy.
That's actually impressive.
To me, it's the second guy that comes in. Like the first guy,
JP,
he's like reaction.
yeah.
It's easy to judge that maybe in slow mo. I'm not saying it was right, but then the second guy comes in, and I'm like, now we're
Yeah.
really crossing a line.
Rob
right?
and Chris were buddies with them, because they all went to school together. They were on the Arizona football team.
Yeah.
You got guys on the hockey team, and a lot of athletes. They run into each other. They're all cordial. You know what I mean? They hung out a bunch of times together. So they were a lot closer with them too than I was. I was just there in the off season of baseball, but definitely know them too. And it wasn't shocking one bit that it was them too. Actually, I was like, that's absolutely perfect. That's a perfect fit for them too.
And this isn't this isn't the first time that like a story's come up recently where the Gronkowski brothers know this person and they know that person. You guys also know the kid who plays
Lath,
who plays your
Rob
brother
and
in the
dude.
Aaron Hernandez
Yeah.
documentary.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. So that's Mojo's cousin.
Mojo Rowley's cousin.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Lath's, again, good mutual friend, good kid, by the way. What is it? He's on the front of Depends. The diapers yeah. He's on the front of every single one of them. I don't know how. He's a overseas star on Depends, and now he's doing all these movies. He's actually the lead on the Travis Kelce documentary coming out as well.
No kidding.
Yeah, Lath is not only playing Rob, but he's playing Travis next.
Oh, I don't know that I like that.
Yeah.
You
but-
can't be both
I mean,
tight
you
end,
need someone
NFL
who's
tight end.
close and gets it and can act as them,
He has Gronk down
Yeah.
when they're in the locker room. Get hype.
We've had some good parties in Vegas together with Lath. He's a good kid. He
Yeah.
really, yeah.
That's pretty cool. You
awesome.
you mentioned Mojo Raleigh, and I was gonna say this to you because I was again thinking about like your career and just the whole dynamic of like your family, being athletes. And what are you, 6'6"?
Yeah. Shoes on, like 6'7" and a half.
6'6", 6'7" and a half. Like you would be, and your brother ended up doing it, but you'd be the perfect WWE guy. Like
yeah, actually, it's pretty crazy. We actually, all 5 of us were probably one day away from signing a contract with WWE.
Well, Rob did.
Rob did, yeah, but
And
they were
became the
trying to do it as
24/7
5
champion.
Yeah, they were trying to do all 5 of us. I forgot what happened. It was sometime around COVID, so that might have been what affected the whole situation. But it was going to be pretty wild. Obviously, Rob was going to be the lead with Mojo, and then us brothers were going to almost come in and do a segment and be out there too and try to do some different skits that the WWE brought to us. Like it was
No
cool.
kidding.
So yeah, we never came finalized the contract based on the situations that happened in the world and what it just didn't pan out to work out.
So because of COVID, you're not a
I don't know
WWE
the
superstar right now?
I don't know exactly what it was, but it's all good. Like if it would have worked, great, because it would have been hilarious because us 5 brothers.
It would have been great.
You know what I mean? Doing it, but yeah, we were one step away from all being WWE wrestlers.
That's
for a little
unbelievable.
bit.
I did not know that. Obviously,
And it might
I
have
know,
only been one show. If it worked well, I'm sure it would have been a lot.
obviously, I know Rob was the 24/7 champion. He's had moments at WrestleMania. Do you know what the storyline exactly was going to be? Because I'm a huge WWE
I
fan,
don't know
so
the
now this is
exact
like fascinating
storyline,
to me.
So that's what I would have to go back and ask, my dad or brothers what it was. But
Did you grow up a wrestling fan?
I mean, I always watched Hogan and Ric Flair and those guys,
Yeah.
and my dad's college roommate actually runs the WWE. So we went to a lot
no
of,
shit.
yeah, we went to Mike Rotundo, who's no longer with them because of COVID. They had to lay him off as well.
Wait,
He was
IRS?
IRS, man.
IRS?
Yeah. Mike Rotundo, my dad's college roommate
Yeah.
at Syracuse. So
Yeah, Bray Wyatt's dad.
Mike, my dad actually
R.I.P.
helped
Bray
Mojo
Wyatt.
get into the WWE by getting a tryout through Mike Rotundo, which
No
kicked
shit.
off Mojo's career, and Mojo took it from there and crushed it. He made himself a name, and we knew he had the skills to do it, especially the speaking skills, because that's what you really need.
Yeah.
And he took it from there. Had a nice 8-10 year WWE career, which is great.
All right, this is a great segue then because I own a professional wrestling company.
That's actually incredible.
And did I not ask you to be like the special guest host at one of the last
I don't
events?
think
I
so.
thought I did. We're going to have to get you involved. We got to get you involved. Our next show is November 23rd. We just had a show a couple weeks ago, and they're calling it a heel turn on my part. We had a ceremony for Pat Dillon, the former owner of the company that I acquired. And at the end of the show, you can watch on YouTube, I hit him with the super kick, and I introduced Parker Boudreaux, the notorious BFD. And Parker Boudreaux, who was in WWE and AEW previously, he debuted with us. So me and him, we got a little group.
That's actually hilarious.
The Notorious
I don't remember
Coalition.
Paco, but not, but whatever.
Parker
Doesn't
Boudreaux,
matter.
you'll
Still
know.
pretty sick.
You'll know him now. You'll know him now. Okay. If-
When I go watch your
when you
YouTube
go
video.
watch the YouTube video, and then we get you involved. Okay, now that I know you were gonna be involved there, you're definitely gonna be involved with us. We are getting you involved, 100%. Who knows? Maybe we even have you join the Notorious Coalition
Never know.
that we have. You never know.
Yeah.
Wow. So all the WWE connections, that's unbelievable. Does Rob ever? Does he have a future in WWE now or anymore? Now that he's
I don't know.
not playing
He's
football
Fox
anymore?
and FanDuel right now.
And he's doing podcasting with Julian.
And podcast, yeah, dudes on dudes, crushing it, dude. They're having fun.
Dudes on
That's
dudes.
what
What
it's
is it?
all about. Getting back with your teammates when your career's over, and just like talking about those good times and moments, and bringing them back to life, and what was really going on behind the scenes that people don't get to hear. Like it's awesome to see that, they're all coming together and as like a family, and doing that. So it's some of the stories are awesome.
You know all the stories, though.
I know a
Or is
lot
there
of
anything
them,
that
but
you've
don't
learned
know.
with them all
I
talking
don't know a
now?
lot of them inside. You know what I mean? There's so much that goes on inside with sports teams that you have no
Yeah.
idea. Like they don't know they would never understand my, baseball career and being on the road and all the things that you do every day and the games that you play and what you do to keep your mind occupied and, what you do to just stay busy. It's just very interesting.
Yeah.
you know, so it's cool to hear like some of the stuff behind the scenes.
No, I mean, there's just so much going on with that whole group. Like Edelman's out there on podcast, Rob's on podcast, Belichick's doing media now. Like I never thought I would see the day.
I love it. I think it's great.
I love Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
I mean, I will defend Bill Belichick till the day I die, unless he ever took a job with the Jets, which he will never do. But if that scenario ever played out
Go to Vegas
in a parallel
Belichick
universe,
to Vegas. That'd be great.
You think that's
then
going to
maybe
happen?
he'll start partying because he
What do
definitely
you know?
didn't do that in
All right,
New
what do
England.
you know?
I don't know anything.
I don't know.
I don't know anything.
Belichick to Vegas. It's been reported, I think, right? There's been rumors circulating that maybe Tom.
But I could see that happening for sure.
I could see that happening as well. I hope it does. I mean, I think Bill Belichick should still be the Patriots coach.
He's a beast.
I mean, do you root for the Patriots? No, I mean,
just
obviously
like
Rob went to
sports.
Tampa. You're kind of a Bills fan, right?
Yeah, 3 of the brothers played for the Patriots. You know, Glenn won a Super Bowl with Rob. You know, Dan played for the Pats for half a season. Chris played for 3 other NFL teams. But out of the, you know, they all 4 played in the NFL. But I just like sports in general. Whatever city I'm in, I like representing them. Yeah, it would be cool for the Bills to win, though. Our city needs it for sure. Born and raised Buffalo kid, so
Yeah.
it'd be cool. And I really like Josh. I've talked to him several times, and especially at like Super Bowl events. And he hasn't been there, so he's been doing appearances, and we've been around him at those appearances. Had some really good, cordial conversations with him. He wants to win it for the city. He wants to bring it home, and I really hope he does because it would be awesome to see Buffalo win a Super Bowl.
You guys get a new stadium, right?
Yeah, they're building one right now.
They're building one right
Yeah.
now. When's that open? In 20?
I'm not even sure.
27 or something. I don't know. But you know what? You mentioned Josh Allen, and I know we won't keep it that much longer, but Drake May has some Josh Allen in him. Do you agree?
I mean, everyone just has their own thing in them, right?
I think he's got a little Josh Allen.
I don't know. Like, it's only been, 2.5 games? And it's not
Not
a good start
overreacting?
when you already have a concussion.
I know,
so
that's not good.
really pulling for him too, because
Same here.
you need these guys need to learn at a young age they should just call Brady up and ask him and Manny, like, how have they been so successful for so long, and even at such older ages in life, and putting up those type of numbers in their late 30s and 40s. Like, all right, these kids should all be calling them. Every quarterback in the NFL should be like, hey, what was this? Like, what's the secret? How did you get there? Like, yeah, maybe they'll never be as good, but they can help them, at least guide them.
Yeah.
I think they can take some serious advice from these quarterbacks and help them develop more.
Why do you think they don't do that?
I don't know. I think they're so young and they're timid. Like, when I was 21, 22 and I started playing pro baseball, like, if someone like a major league player is like, hey, call me if you need anything.
Oh, you'd be a little,
Just a little, like,
definitely.
which I should. Now I look back and I'm like, yeah, dude, I should have taken that advice, right? Like, I should have listened to help me with my body or help me get to the next level. So, if I had to do it over again, I would call for that advice all day long, or at least try to reach out to show that you care and that you're trying to get better, especially for your teammates.
Is there a moment that you can remember where somebody was giving you advice and you were like, and you didn't take it and you wish you did? Like you just mentioned, yeah, there were times like I wish I did call this guy or that guy. Like, can you recall a specific scenario where somebody was like, hey, give me a call, and you didn't do it, maybe out of stubbornness or nervousness?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, for sure. There's people who have said that, but then there's been a time where I did take advice and they're like, hey, I want to do this for these reasons. If it works, call me, text me. And it did. And I never called them or texted them. I still regret it to this day.
You want to throw a name out? Apologize to
Nah,
him
it was just
publicly?
one of my pitching coaches who didn't even work with me. He's like, Gordie, you're so talented. You're in the minor leagues, and that year I was hitting over 340, crushing it. But he brought something to my attention to help me to get where I was and where I finished that year off, which was pretty wild. He's like, hey, can you hit a baseball if it's pitched over the plate? I'm like, yeah. I mean, that's a silly question. He's like, all right, so if the first pitch is a curveball and it's over the plate, why aren't you swinging? I was like, that's very interesting, because my approach was I try to, if it's early in the count, I don't usually swing at, off-speed pitches. So it changed my whole mindset. It's like, you can hit that.
Yeah.
So then I started swinging at off-speed pitches that were over the plate because I can hit a ball over the plate. And it changed my batting average and my on-base percentage, probably from like a high to like 200s to batting over 340 that year.
Yeah.
So it was really like interesting, the mindset and how your mind works when you're playing sports. It's pretty wild.
That's incredible. And like I said, you increase those numbers, obviously the OPS. I always look at OPS, especially like
Yeah.
you hit for power a couple of years, right? You had 19 home runs. in
Yeah,
one
I wasn't
season.
a huge like home run guy, but I was more like a line drive doubles. Obviously
Yeah.
had my share of home runs for sure, but I hit for average. As a freshman, I hit almost 400, like a 430, 440 on base percentage in college, which is insane. That's weird for a guy who's 6'6" at first base. You would think there'd be a lot more home run numbers out of that, but I hit for average. I was very diligent and patient at the plate, which was cool, and I took a lot of walks. Most people don't like that.
Huh? Walks. I mean, they don't.
They add up. I try to get it to the next guy on the team.
Yeah. I mean, they will help the team. It's not the best thing to watch
Yeah.
as a fan. But so would you say you watch more football or baseball?
No, I watch way more football.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the sport a lot better. Baseball, I love playing. Football, I love watching.
Yeah.
It's hard to watch baseball. I get it when people like Gordie, baseball is boring. I will not disagree. I will not argue with you.
Coming from a baseball guy, that's interesting.
I just love the strategy of baseball. Every play, the way I'm thinking, or the way you can line up your teammates, or where the ball's going to be pitched, or where you're placed to make a ridiculous play. And they're like, how'd that kid make it? But in your head, I know how I made it. That's what's so cool about the game.
Yeah. Yeah. I grew up living at Fenway, basically,
Yeah.
my second home. But I think now it's just watching the NFL. It's easy to watch.
Yeah, it's
It
fun.
is-
It's so exciting. You know what I mean? You don't want people to get injured. You would never wish that. But the hits, the plays, how creative they're getting now on offense, and even defense getting to the quarterback. It's incredible.
Yeah, and you factor in, sports betting is now legalized.
Yeah,
there in
that's
these
true
spots,
too.
and,
Yeah, who doesn't love throwing some action on a Sunday?
Who doesn't love it?
it?
What do you got? What do you got this weekend? You got any action?
Yeah,
this
what do you
weekend?
got? Everyone's got action on something.
Give us a bet. You got a bet?
I don't have one yet, but I'll
have
put
one
the
yet.
action in
Put it
live.
out. Put it
Live.
out there.
I like the live action.
Put it out there
Never
and-
win though. I don't recommend betting to anyone.
You just live action football.
Live
or
action,
You do
and
like crazy.
yeah.
Are you doing like Russian table tennis and things like that?
That's when you're really addicted, and I'm sure
I've
I've
done
been
that
there
before. It is.
Yeah.
It can be fun. It can
We
be
said
fun.
at the same time, the 3 a.m. and you're looking for the game overseas in Korea or Japan.
You're just taking the favorite. That's
Yeah.
That's all
It gets
you
a
do,
little
take the
sad
Live
then.
favorite.
Yeah,
The
the Ozuno Giants, and whatever. I'm like, whoa, that looks good. Score 0 runs that game.
It's so dangerous, though. It's incredible. Like,
Why do they let you bet on those? I don't even get it. Like that shouldn't they shouldn't let you do that.
you
No
can.
one can watch them, can they? Can you even watch those games?
No, unless you. No, I don't think so.
Yeah,
Unless
it's
you're
crazy.
online on some like.
But
black
everyone's
market
talking like, come
website.
on. People who are listening to this right now know that exactly what I'm talking about.
Everybody knows.
They're trying to
Everybody's
get
doing
that
it.
money back because they lost that late game, whether it's $50, 500,000. So they got to try to double it up at the game that's overseas or some like ping pong. They have ping pong now. You're betting.
Yeah, it's
ping
like
pong.
Russian table tennis.
Yeah.
Right.
It's insane. And then you lose that, and then you're all pissed. And now you're up till 4 a.m. And then you're like, wow, I got to go to work at 6, or you got to get up, or whatever. And
We
and
are
you're like,
getting a full day in the life of Gordie Gronkowski right now.
This is brutal. And then you're pissed off that you just lost all that money that you just worked for your whole paycheck for all week. But then you decide you're going to do it again the next weekend. So it makes a lot of sense.
All right. I feel like there's a sports betting sponsorship plug you want to throw out there now.
I don't really have one, but yeah, if I did,
He's looking.
because
We're looking.
Well, no,
Let's
I
get
mean,
one.
if I'm going to
Let's
do
have him
one,
sponsor the Wiffle Ball
it would be FanDuel because Big Rob's with FanDuel. So
Okay. FanDuel. Shout out to FanDuel.
Shout out to FanDuel. I need them to give me some more deposit money, so I can try to win all the money back that I've already lost.
Sam. And maybe they can sponsor our Wiffle Ball tournament.
That would be sick.
Right?
I would love a wiffle ball stadium, no joke.
A celebrity
I'd love
Wiffle
to
Ball
do it in
tournament.
the next 3 years.
We could set that up at
Well,
the Duff.
we're going to be talking after this.
Let's definitely do it. Because I think we
We
have
can
to
say
get,
it happened right on this show that we said we're going to do one in the next 3 years, whether we have hobby horsing or panda bear racing or pickleball courts. I don't know yet, but wiffle ball could be the start that leads to everything else.
and when my brain continues to go down this path, I think, well, where does it end up? It ends up in Gordie Gronkowski in our championship tournament at the UWE, Undisputed Wrestling Entertainment. I think you'd really fit in to have a spot and a match and be in that
I don't
tournament.
think I'll
for our
ever do a match.
championship.
Ever since I boxed Logan Paul before he fought Mayweather, I don't want to do wrestling or boxing ever again in my life.
You box Logan Paul?
Yeah, right before he fought Mayweather.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was a warm-up round
is
versus
this on
us
video?
brothers. Rob was the yeah, it's on YouTube. It's on Gronk Brothers YouTube. Yeah, it's Dan got absolutely smashed. His eyes black and blue after half a round and a half, or no, half a round, and then I stopped after 50 seconds.
What he's doing is incredible, by the way.
Yeah, and then he told us right after, hey, just so you know, I've been training for 6 days a week, 3 straight years. I go, well, that makes a lot of sense.
You didn't tell me that going in.
Yeah, and he didn't tell anyone. He didn't want anyone to know. He knew them, him and Jake, and are very intelligent kids. They knew exactly what they were doing, which is great. And I really love that hustle. Whether you like them or hate or don't, they are true hustlers, and they get it. They get the game.
Yeah, you got to give.
You got to work
It's
so hard.
undeniable. Yeah.
You got to work so hard to have that type of body frame to be able to train the way you're training behind the scenes and not care about what other people think.
Yeah.
And get to where you want to get, and they did it.
And the WWE, I was talking about the WWE with Logan Paul, what he's done.
That's what I'm saying. So
is
he went from
incredible.
boxing to then doing that, which he had to learn. You know how hard it is to learn all that behind the scenes that quickly? It's insane.
And I'm sure there's guys in the industry that absolutely hate him for it. And
Yeah, because they're pro
I-
wrestlers that are pro
No,
wrestlers. Then you get a celeb who comes in.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It's entertainment.
Right.
I deal with it just in the company that I own. There's some people upset that I've inserted myself into the main event scene right now, bringing a big name in. We're getting thousands of views because of that on YouTube, because it's a big deal and he's a big name. And I can sense it. I know that there's people upset with that, but my message to them is, wait a minute. Yeah, I get it. You're in the pro wrestling industry, and I haven't had 15 years of taking bumps. I understand that. But this is also the entertainment industry, and I've spent the last 15, 20 years on radio, TV, in sports entertainment. And to be honest with you, if we're really matching up resumes in that world, I mean, I should be in the main event scene right now.
Yeah.
So easy. So I know that there's people that are probably so pissed off at him at the opportunities they've given him, but I don't even want to say they've given him, because
He's earned them.
he
went and
has
got 'em.
earned it. I mean, he's been
They went
doing
and got
things
'em,
to put
you
his
know?
name and his face
Yeah.
on the map. And it's entertainment
Yeah.
at the end of the day.
It's awesome. And
So-
I wanted to see the match. Who really didn't? Everyone wanted to still see it. Every match.
Maybe I think we should see you in a match.
I'm good. I'm good.
How about special guest referee?
That's what Big Rob did. Rob was the ref. Why us 4 brothers went 1 round versus Logan.
No, I'm talking about pro wrestling. We're
I
not
know.
doing We're not going to get
Maybe
you
I can
in-
do that.
You know what I'm saying? We can get you to do that.
I'll be the umpire in wiffle ball.
Umpiring wiffle ball. All right, we'll get you. We'll get the wiffle ball tournament. Gordie Gronkowski, thank you very much for joining me. Anything you need to plug, want to plug, we'll be plugging all this on YouTube, social media for you. But for now, what do you got?
Shout out to Gronk Fitness, 35 years. Papa Gronk in the house, the creator, the
Papa
OG
Gronk.
Of us 5 bros. 35 years of business, design to delivery of fitness equipment all through the Northeast and nationwide. We deck out your gym, home gym, college, fire, police, multifamily, high schools, whatever. Anyone needs fitness equipment, just think Gronk Fitness, think G&G Fitness. We got you. And you will not be mad about it.
No.
When you're diced up, you're going to be really happy.
And then when you get diced up, you come in here to Broadway Golf Club in Southie, and you take that driver, and you win the longest drive competition.
Exactly. Shout out to Broadway Golf. Not only did they help me hit some balls into the water today to realize how bad my game sucked, that I needed, practice a lot more, but the entertainment up front, I see a lot of cool things we probably can do in the near future with DJs and watching games and parties and events. This is awesome. This place is absolutely gorgeous. I'm super fired up for you, Danny. So congrats.
Love it. Congrats to you as well. Gordie Gronkowski, special thanks to Paul Price, Javier Rivas, Myron Davis is back there.
Myron Davis in the house.
His
Gronk
first
Fitness
time
trainer.
swinging a golf club, right? Not too bad.
He hit a driver 149 pin high.
Hey, I think he won. I don't think we
Yeah,
had
he
a
did. I hit
winner.
him in the water. He won.
Nobody won the closest to the pin
playing.
because nobody got on the green. But if we had to judge a winner based on out of bounds balls,
For never playing, hit a driver 149.
wait,
It was
based on
pin high.
out of bounds balls, I do think you might have won.
Yeah.
The closest to the pin challenge
You
by
did.
being in the rough, closest to the green. Congratulations, Myron. All right, get us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple. We are on all forms of social media. Follow me on Instagram at Danny Picard. He's Gordie Gronkowski. I am out. See ya. Awesome.
Nice.